I'm replaying Fallout New Vegas at the moment, and after a recent gaming session, I decided to scroll around on Google Maps to compare the area around Las Vegas to the in-game map. Obviously, I knew that Fallout New Vegas features some well-known areas based on real locales, such as the Vegas Strip and the Hoover Dam. But I was surprised just how many of the locations in the game exist in real life. Let's check a look at a few of the areas in the game and see how they stack up to their real-life counterparts. You start the game in the small rural settlement of Goodsprings, and this is the place where you learn the basics of the game and set off on your journey to New Vegas. The real Goodsprings is a tiny, unincorporated community in Clark County, Nevada, which was founded in 1900. Not only does the town in the game share its name, but many of the landmarks in the town are also the same. The Prospector Saloon is actually called the Pioneer Saloon, but the buildings are very similar, down to even the font choice for the first half of the sign. Fallout's version, of course, does add a touch of creative flair to the second half. There's even a general store right next door, and a few blocks away you can find the schoolhouse, where in the game you complete one of the first quests. The Goodsprings Schoolhouse is a registered historic place, though it still appears to be functioning as the town's elementary school. The version in the game has a similar architecture to the real one, which I found to be a really cool detail, although they are currently painted different colors. The town also hosted a Fallout-themed event in 2022, so they are making the most out of their inclusion in the game. Primm, the second place most players will visit in the game, is also surprisingly similar to its real-life counterpart. Primm is an unincorporated community on the Nevada-California border, which is slightly larger than Goodsprings, having a population of around 8,000 people. The roller coaster endowed casino that dominates the landscape in the game is even more impressive in real life, and a nearby casino does actually have the Bonnie and Clyde getaway car. Bonnie and Clyde don't seem to have anything to do with this area, so I'm not really sure why the car is there. In the real Primm, there's actually a third casino hotel, but it doesn't seem as interesting, so I can understand why they didn't include it in the game. Between Primm and Goodsprings, there is a NCR prison in the game, but in real life the only nearby prison I can find in the area is a female correctional facility run by the Department of Forestry. I suppose the NCR have repurposed it in the years since the nuclear apocalypse. The highways and other roads are also pretty similar to how they are laid out in real life, although they are certainly truncated so that you can reasonably walk between the locations in the game. In real life, you would probably die of dehydration before you even made it halfway out of Goodsprings. A bit further west are the California Agricultural Inspection Station and the California Port of Entry, which are both in the general area of the in-game NCR outpost. As far as I can tell, there aren't any giant statues in this area, but maybe I didn't look hard enough. Considering the treatment it gets in the game, I kind of feel bad that Nipton is also a real place. Its size in Fallout New Vegas is exaggerated because there is no way that this place would ever have a multi-story city hall as it does in the game. Apparently, this place was recently bought by a theater company and will be made into a place for creative people to express themselves, whatever that means. Just like in the game, a railroad does run through the town, and as you leave, the road does go through a canyon, though hopefully there are no gang members waiting to ambush you there. Novac is the first place I could not find on the map. In fact, there are no towns even close to where I would feel it would be in real life. However, it appears that the dinosaur attraction is based on the real roadside attraction known as World's Biggest Dinosaurs in Cabazon, California. There are more dinosaurs at the real-life location than in the game, but unfortunately it's owned by a group promoting creationism. There also isn't a rocket facility in the mountains around where Novak isn't, though Nevada does have a history of missile and nuclear testing. There are a bunch of solar energy fields near where Helios 1 would be located, but they were all built after the game, presumably inspired by the success of Fantastic himself. Anyways, I'm still only a little way into my current playthrough of the game, so maybe I'll make another video once I get a little bit further. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you made it this far.